秋风，让我们欢聚此刻。金陵唱晚，穿越千年的古韵，伴我们共度良宵。在此，山东隆昌动物保健品有限公司真诚的欢迎您的到来。
The golden autumn breeze gathers us together at this moment. The city sings ancient songs with the beautiful evening. We warmly welcome you to Lachance dinner party.
今天高朋满座，精英云集，隆昌的发展壮大离不开在座各位的大力支持。我谨代表隆昌全体员工向大家致以衷心的感谢。
We are honored to have distinguished guests and elites in the hall tonight. First of all, on behalf of the Lachance Group, we would like to express our thanks for all your instructions and strong support for the development of the Lachance Group in the past years.
接下来，请允许我隆重介绍出席论坛和晚宴的嘉宾和领导。首先介绍的是今晚论坛将带给大家精彩报告的4位专家学者。
Now let me officially introduce honored guests and leaders in the technology salon and dinner party. First of all, I will introduce you the 4 experts who will bring us wonderful reports tonight.
他们是中华人民共和国农业部校驾中心张立英教授。
Professor Zhang Liying from the Potency Center of China Ministry of Agriculture.
中华人民共和国农业部农业科学院薛敏教授。
Professor Xue Min from the Academy of Agricultural Sciences.
阿拉伯埃及共和国达卡利亚集团医药总监 L3A 的巴西先生。
Dr. L3A Fasi, General Manager of Pharmaceutical Division of Dakalia Group in Egypt.
厄瓜多尔共和国资深水产养殖技术专家路易斯亚诺先生。
Mr. Luis Yago, Senior Agriculture Technical Consultant in ECO.
接下来是来自世界各地的外国客户代表及国际友人，他们是。
Next are foreign customers and international friends.
美国嘉集团研发中心张志群博士。
Dr. Zhang Liying from R&D Center in US Hill.
智利共和国阿帕莫集团公司商务总监马塞拉·德加多女士。
Ms. Marcela Delgado, Commercial Director of Aquatic Group in Chile.
白俄罗斯共和国拉格巴莫集团公司总经理史蒂嘎拉塔斯亚娜女士及副总经理阿尔沙斯基瓦莱里先生。
General Manager Ms. Tatiana and Deputy General Manager Mr. Valery of Lipase Group in Belarus.
阿拉伯埃及共和国 Ultrafake 公司 COO 海山姆先生。
Mr. Hashim Salon, CEO of Ultrafeed in Egypt.
巴西联邦共和国 Polynutri 集团公司技术总监安德先生。
Mr. Andrew, Technical Director of Polynutri Group in Brazil.
韩国 BioRace 集团公司董事长莫恩先生及技术总监帕克女士。
Chairman Mr. Mola, Technical Director Ms. Park of the BioRace Group in South Korea.
马来西亚 Yoga 集团公司总经理马苏塞米先生。
Mr. Masusami, General Manager of Yoga Group in Malaysia.
印度 Workbase 集团公司董事长阿绍先生。
Mr. Ashok, Director of Workbase Group in
印度 Factory 集团公司首席执行官 Srida 先生。
Mr. Srida, CEO of Aquatic Group in India.
接下来为大家介绍莅临今日论坛晚宴的国内一线业界大咖。
Next, I will introduce the big shots from domestic companies.
宏威集团股份有限公司技术总监张璐先生。
Mr. Zhang Lu, Technical Director of Huawei Group.
中粮集团有限公司技术总监马丽先生。
Mr. Ma Li, Technical Director of Porto Corporation.
新希望生产有限公司副总监李国栋先生。
Mr. Li Guodong, Technical Director of New Hope Group.
接下来为大家介绍山东龙昌动物保健品有限公司董事长吉利民先生。
Next, I will introduce Mr. Jimmy Li, President of the Lachance Group.
山东龙昌动物保健品有限公司董事长曹爱志先生。
Mr. Chao Ai is General Manager of Lachance Group.
好，非常感谢各位领导和嘉宾不辞劳顿，不远万里莅临南京。
Thanks for your coming across mountains and seas to Nanjing.
14载新城风雨，龙昌动保始终秉承创新高效的宗旨，用心做产品，努力搞研发，自主研发生产的胆汁酸荣获国家新型饲料添加剂证书，生产工艺、生产设备获得6项专利。
In the past 14 years, Lachance Group has always adhered to the tenet of innovation and high efficiency, manufacturing products with heart and striving for research and development. Lachance Bile Acids, developed initially by Lachance Group, have won the National New VIV Active Certificate. Production programs and equipment have gained 6 patents in China.
目前已经在中国、泰国、印度、厄瓜多尔等13个国家销售，年销售额突破2亿元，服务于全球150多家水产家禽饲料企业。龙昌胆汁酸以它的安全高效，赢得了全球饲料和养殖业的广泛认可。
Rooted in China, Lachance feed bile acids have been exported to 13 countries, including India, Thailand, Vietnam, Peru, Ecuador, and other countries, with sales volume over 200 million, serving 150 aquaculture poultry feed enterprises around the world. So, Lachance bile acids have been recognized as a safe and innovative feed additive by global feed and farming industries.
龙昌胆汁酸在家禽和水产的申报中得到了诸多专家的指导和建议。今天我们也有幸邀请到了中国农业部校驾中心张丽英教授和中国农业科学院薛敏教授，他们亲自指导和开展了胆汁酸在肉鸡和水产上的有效性、安全性、耐受性的实验。对胆汁酸的作用效果，他们最有发言权。
Lachance bile acids have received guidance and advice from poultry and aquaculture experts. Tonight, we are honored to have Professor Zhang Liying from Potency Center of China Ministry of Agriculture and Professor Xu Mi from the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Both of them have guided the development of bile acids in broilers and aquaculture, as well as experiments on the effectiveness, safety, and tolerance, so they are totally clear with the effects of bile acids.
好，下面掌声有请中国农业科学院薛敏教授为我们分享胆汁酸在水产方面应用效果的研究报告。
Now let's welcome Professor Xu Mi from Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences to give us the speech of non-integrated nutrition promoted metabolic liver disease involving MAPK signaling pathway in fish and the clinical functions of bile acids. Welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's my honor to give this presentation. I introduce and then turn off the music. I will give some information in our lab to actually this trial has been done for several years already, but now we are still working on this field because it's really interesting because the culture and bias metabolic ingredients, we found a very new world in this topic. So today we just give some information. Actually, it's not totally finished yet. I introduced several species that will relate to this presentation. First one is the largemouth bass. First one, here. This one. It's a freshwater bass. And this one, the middle one is the sea bass. It's a Japanese sea bass. It's quite important to marine culture in China. And the last one is the kamaka. It's a very huge product in China. And maybe in the background, sorry, the last month bass, it's the most important for the culture. I call it the metabolic liver disease. It's a very, very serious for this sea bass. For this bass, because maybe it's just a transfer from the trash fish to the artificial diet. And the high level of carbohydrate, especially the starch, may be the main reason to induce the MLD, I mean the liver disease. But it's very paradox because the starch is very important to make the intrusive diet. It's too low level. It's very difficult to make the diet and satisfy for intrusion. But the trash fish is not sustainable. So we must change the style from the trash fish to the artificial diet. We need to resolve the problem of the starch problem. So in this, before the trial, we just discovered several fields because we just take the sample from the market. Those fish fit the artificial diet and the chilled fish respectively. And we find the chilled fish in the first line and the second one. It's quite different on nutrient concentration. Here, in the chilled fish, actually, it's almost no carbohydrate. And in the artificial diet, with a very high level of carbohydrate, it's and contrary, in the chilled fish with very high level of preoxidation level, with high level of MDA and POV. So it's two different diets. What happened for the fish? We found the fish fed the chilled fish totally. It's normal in the liver, and the fish fed the high level carbohydrate diet with very serious liver disease. And the most important phenotype is with very high level of it's collagen, it's glycogen accumulation in the liver and the fibers in the liver. This is the phenotype of the fish with the artificial diet. And other phenotypes is with a very high level of TGF-beta and ARC-SMART. These two markers is for the liver fibrosis. It's very important to the liver, and with very high level of the inflammatory cytokines. Especially for the TNF-alpha. Sorry, no, you cannot use it. No pointer, sorry. And all the pro-inflammatory cytokines and the anti-inflammatory cytokines, both of them are induced. That means the samples fed the artificial diet with very, very serious disease with very high inflammatory response. And furtherly, we found very interesting phenotypes for the fish with the artificial diet and with the abnormal of the cholesterol metabolic, such as it's with the very limited, this one in this corner, very limited the bile acid synthesis enzyme gene expression, and with very high level of fat and ACCs for the fatty acid synthesis gene expression. That means that's the high level of lipid accumulated in the liver of this fish. And Finally, we found that we can give the symptom of the fish feed and adipose diet is cholestasis. The cholestasis is maybe the first thing we reported in the fish. Why it's cholestasis? The cholestasis is a condition where bile cannot flow from the liver to the intestine, and the two basic the phenotype is maybe the cholestasis is one is accumulated in the liver, and the another is failed to synthesize bile acid by each cell. So it's a bit very typical phenotype with the AKP and the TBA in plasma is dramatically increased. So we also found the oxidation product in the adipose diet group is low. So we think maybe the high level of oxidation in the chilled fish, it can be, maybe it's not no problem. It's for this species. So long time they had adapted to the high oxidated chilled fish. So now the two reasons, one is oxidation, another is a high level of starch. Which one is benefit to this species? Maybe until now, for this species, the oxidation is still not the problem, but the starch is very important. So we firstly to analyze the hepatosis and the necrosis of the liver cells, and we found the fish have a very serious tunnel signal. The tunnel signal means the fibrous cell having that. That's a necrosis. That's the necrosis phenotype. So we take the samples of these two groups to give the transcriptome sequencing, and we finally found a very important regulated pathway is the MAPK pathway. So we focused the MAPK includes the three groups. That's including the ERK junk and P38. These three groups may be from the juvenile, from very small fish to larger fish, and they have a very important regulation response to the fish from the growth, proliferation, and the disease. So we determined the population of these groups of MAPK signal pathways, and we found all the junk, including the junk and the ERK1, 2, all of them are regulated of the transpiration, but we found the P38 was seriously inhibited in the fish in the adipose diet. So it's very important for this. We found the P38 alpha and the activation of the P38 alpha. Not only the activation, but the total protein of the P38 alpha was inhibited in the fish fed adipose diet with the liver disease. So we think that maybe the P38 alpha is a very important positive regulator for the liver disease of the Lachance plant. So what happened for the cholestasis? For humans, the cholestasis is very important drug. The medicine that need to be given the bile acid. So maybe the bile acid have some could be given a little for to when give the fish fed the high level of carbohydrate diet. So firstly, this is the trial for the efficacy test. So efficacy test, we arrange several levels of the bile acid from 80, 60, 240, 300, and 600, and the fish to feed the candidate. And we got the optimal level for the bile acid in the diet of Lachance plant. And by the two models to found maybe 400 of about 400 of bile acid into the diet to increase the growth rate. And this is very important. When you feed the fish the bile acid, the fish won't synthesize the cholesterol and bile acid by itself. Here, this gene. The first one, VIV2018, is the gene for bile acid synthesis. And the last one is for the cholesterol synthesis. Both of these genes are significantly downregulated when you feed the bile acid. But in the liver tissue, the CAMP level, it's a kind of enzyme. This enzyme level is increased. This increase, that means the whole metabolic level or metabolic rate is increased by insulin inclusion at especially for beta oxidation. That means the ATP, the total energy metabolic rate will be increased by the acid. And all the genes, including the fatty acid synthesis, T-gene synthesis, and the hydrolysis by beta oxidation, are affected by the inclusion of the bile acid. Both of them are down-regulated. So firstly, we find a very, very significant, maybe P lower than 1.01, and the very significantly down-regulated by the fatty acid synthesis gene. And here, even hydrolysis were down-regulated too. Why? It's maybe just the negative feedback of the synthesis of fatty acid, but the rate, here the hydrolysis is just a minor difference, and here, so maybe the different rate. Synthesis is down-regulated very significant, and the minor feedback, the hydrolysis was decreased too. But totally, the adipose differentiation, the pipa gamma, that means the amount and the cell size of the adipocyte will be decreased. That's one reason. The last gene is related to the lipid accumulation in the liver. So down-regulated too. And finally, we found in that group, in these two groups, 300 and 600, we still can find some samples with disease. It's not totally good for this case. And in another test for the tolerance, in the tolerance test, we have a very high level of bile acid. It's 1,500 ppm in the diet. It's at the same time working on this. And in this group, it's amazing result we got, because its growth rate was increased and feed intake increased too, and we got very, very, very high efficiency of the feed efficiencies. Here, FCR is very low. It's very good quality, very good. And here, HSI, it's the liver size and the liver weight percent of the body weight is significantly decreased when we include the level of the bile acid. And all the parameters related to the glycogen metabolism, lipid metabolism are actual recovery, because the cholesterol, including these two genes, these two genes is related to the bile acid synthesis, it are still the first gene are inhibited. Why inhibited? Because they don't need to synthesize bile acid by itself. And the liver functions here, AKP, and the TBE here, especially for the total bile acid in the plasma, was decreased. This is a biomarker of cholestasis. The cholestasis was recovered from the bile acid inclusion. And still, the oxidation was not the problem. And from the histology analysis of this, you can find the TG beta and RSMAR. I saw these two genes related to the fibrosis. The fibrosis gene are reduced, so the histology are really recovered from this group, including the glycogen accumulation are reduced and the fibrosis are recovered in this group. Also in the apoptosis and the necrosis, the inflammation, all the parameters, almost all the parameters are recovered in this group. And very interesting, we found the drug And actually, ERG has the significance. We repeated several. We repeated with more samples. In this ERG has increased too. That's very interesting. We still don't know why ERG increased in that group and in this group. Maybe because ERG is related to the fertilization. It's very important for fertilization. So ERG we need to do more work. And as I saw, P38 most interesting the protein P38 was dramatically recover the activation in the fish with the bile acid, and maybe the P38 alpha actually really is a very important regulator for the liver disease of this species. So we give a summary on the Lachance class. So the cholestasis could be one of the important phenotypes in the hepatitis disease. One fish with the high carbohydrate diet in the diet. So one fish needs to give the bile acid. When you find the cholestasis, so we need to determine the biomarker from plasma. One plasma TB and AKP high, very high, that you need to give the fish the bile acid. Because just this knowledge, the cholestasis is very important phenotype for the fish. And high carbohydrate induced hepatic cell apoptosis and necrosis. Maybe that's a apoptosis problem. I didn't show that very much in this topic. And JAK and ERG negatively, but P38 alpha positively regulated this disease in the high carbohydrate diet. But I think nobody can use so high level of carbohydrate now in the market. And I discussed with the colleagues in this group, in the Longchang company, and for the Lachance class, most factory, most company did use very low, they try to lower and lower carbohydrate in the diet. When they use low carbohydrate diet, and when you need to use how much the bile acid, they need to discuss. That's another story, not this one. So we assume that overexpression of P38 alpha in liver could be considered for the therapy that fits a high carbohydrate diet. And now we are working on the cell line of we just isolate the cell from the liver, and we try to make the gene knock out, and overexpression on this fish, and to see what happens when P38 alpha regulate on this species. And I will very shortly show other drugs on Japanese CVS in our lab and the common carb. Only one slide, but a lot of story in this slide. So we try to replace the fish meal, use the plant protein. We don't want to use so high level fish meal. So the carnivorous species, Japanese CVS, that's a kind of voracious. We found two phenotypes when we use the plant protein to totally replace the fish meal. What happened? In the phenotype one fish from the parents used very high level of fish meal, and the fingerlings, the offspring from these parents, they refused to eat the high plant protein diet, and the feed intake regulation is very important for this group. And we found another group. Their parents already accepted some extent of the level of fish meal, the plant protein already. And the offspring of this group, they can almost accept to eat the diet of the high level plant protein. But this is with a very serious liver disease. And we found the gene of the cholesterol synthesis is increased because in their diet there's no cholesterol. And they try cholesterol by themselves. But unfortunately, the bile acid synthesis gene is not. It's downregulated. So they try to synthesize a lot of cholesterol, but no bile acid in the liver. So that is the reason for this group to have a very serious disease. And we found that NF-κB is very important regulator for this disease. And the other important phenotypes, we even got the leptin resistance, but this needs to further research. And the last one, abyssal intestines, the infants and toddlers on the common cow. This cow is almost just repeated the result of the Lachance funds. But you know, the level of inclusion is very low. Why? Because the lipid level in the common carb is much lower than the Lachance funds. So the bile acid inclusion level will be lower too. And when we fed the highest level, 600. In this group, the 600 group, all samples, we take the sample from intestine. We found some just a minor, because the liver generally are right and not so bad. But the intestine, in this group, all the samples, we have shown all the slide samples, and this group are normal. Amazing. It's very good intestine histology show. But it's control because for common cow, there's no fish meal. The big diet, totally no fish meal. And no other animal per test. That's why the intestine is not so good. And so this drug it's still working, and one of my students are working on this. Need to do a lot of work further. So we still have a long way to go. Thank you. It's my group. Thank you.
感谢施教授的精彩分享，为我们从科学专业的角度系统的阐述了胆汁酸在水产方面保肝护胆的作用效果。再次感谢施教授。
Thanks very much, Professor Good, to provide with the knowledge of bile acids in protecting liver and gallbladder health. Thank you again.
下面让我们掌声有请中国农业部效价中心张丽英教授为我们带来胆汁酸在肉鸡上的研究报告。
Next, let's welcome Professor Zhang Liying from Potency Center of China Ministry of Agriculture to give us research on application of bile acids to broilers. Welcome.
My name is Lachance, a PhD student of Professor Zhang. We are an animal nutrition team led by Professor Zhang. Besides animal nutrition and data science, Professor Zhang also specialized in feed detection technology. Where there's something happened to Professor Zhang's family, so she couldn't attend that salon. So I represent our team to give this presentation. Well, it's my honor to give this presentation here. The title of my presentation is Bile Acids and their application in broiler production. I will introduce the presentation into those 5 parts. Firstly, bile acids and their functions. Well, what are bile acids? Bile acids are synthesized from cholesterol in the liver. Then they will store in the gallbladder. They are important organic components of bile. Then they will release into the gut. In the gut, bile acids will play important roles in digestion and absorption of dietary fats and oils by 3 processes: promoting lipid emulsification, accurate lipids to digest fats, and forming colloid with fatty acids. As for the functions of bile acids, in modern broiler productions, broilers have high energy requirements, so dietary oils and fats used in the diet to meet their high energy requirements as energy feed. However, for young animals, they have insufficient secretion of bile acids and lipase, so their utilization of fat is lower. To fully exploit the dietary oils and fats, bile acids can be used as feed additives to improve fat utilization, performance of animals, and improve immune systems. Besides that, bile acids could promote biosecretion and protect the liver and the gallbladder. Those are previous studies of oxbile or bile acid or bile salts on broiler chickens. We can see their results that bile acids could improve their body fat gain or fat utilization. And there is a research found that bile acids could increase the apparent absorption of fat. However, there is little research about bile acids on broilers. So, based on previous studies and the guidelines suggested by Ministry of Agriculture in China, we conducted 2 animal trials. And in the 2 animal trials, all nutrients contained in the basal diet meet or exceeded the requirements suggested by the NRC. As the 2 animal trials have the same experiment material and management, so I put those parts together. The bile acids were provided by Shandong Longchang company. Their purity was more than 95%, and they are white powders. Well, 1-day-old aquatic male broilers were used as experiment animals. As for the broiler management, 23 lighting programs was offered. The room temperature was maintained at 35 degrees Celsius for the first 3 days, then gradually reduced by 3 Celsius a week until it reached to 24 Celsius, and then maintained that degree until the end of the experiment. All broilers have free access to feed and water. So let's look at our efficacy evaluation of bile acids in broilers. In this experiment, there were 4 treatments. 0, 40, 60, or 80 milligram bile acids per kilogram diet was provided. Each treatment was replicated 6 times with 18 chickens per cage. The experiment lasted 42 days. You can see this line that on day 21 and 42, body weight and feed consumption were recorded to calculate the average daily gain, average daily feed intake, and the ratio of feed to gain. And on day 21 and 42, blood and tissue samples collected. At the end of the experiment, the slaughter performance was measured. Table 1 shows ingredient composition of basal diets. The basal diets are divided into 2 periods. The start period from day 1 to 21, and the growth period from day 22 to 42. Table 2 shows analyze the composition of experimental diets. Well, table 3 shows effect of dietary bile acids on performance of broilers. We can see from the table that broilers in the treatment of 60 and 80 milligrams per kilogram bile acids that had a higher body weight. and the average daily gain of broilers in the 60 and 80 milligram per kilogram bile acid were higher than the control, and the feed ratio of feed to gain was decreased. So bile acids could increase average daily gain and decrease the ratio of feed to gain. The inclusion of 60 and 80 milligram per kilogram bile acid, we are thinking that is the optimum dosage for broilers. The table 4 shows the effect of bile acid on duodenum enzyme activity of broilers. On day 21, the lipoprotein lipase and lipase were increased in the 40 and 60 and 80 milligram per kilogram bile acid treatment group compared to the control group. And on day 42, there are differences in those three enzymes. The lipoprotein lipase and lipase are still increased in 60 and 80 milligram per kilogram bile acid treatment groups, but the hormone-sensitive lipase were decreased in those two groups. So maybe from the results we can see that dietary bile acids could activate enzymes in duodenum. Well, as shown in Table 5, the effect of dietary bile acids on bladder performance of broilers at the age of day 42. We can say that broilers with the diet supplemented with 60 and 80 milligram per kilogram bile acid had high percentages of carcass weight, investigated weight, and leg weight. But the relative abdominal fat weight was decreased. So supplementing with 60 and 80 milligrams per kilogram bile acid could increase carcass weight, investigated weight, semi-investigated weight, and leg weight, and decrease abdominal fat weight. The results suggest that bile acids could improve later performance of broilers. Well, we can conclude that dietary supplementation of 60 and 80 milligrams per kilogram bile acid in broiler chicken diet can improve the growth performance and carcass characteristics, as well as modulate the activity of intestinal enzymes in the duodenum. And the recommended available range is 60 to 80 milligrams per kilogram bile acid. And that is the best of our experiment too. Well, based on the experiment 1, the durability evaluation of bile acid in broilers was performed to investigate whether or not high dosage of bile acid could affect the health of broilers. They still use the 1-day-old abroad male broiler chickens as experiment animals. There were 3 treatments: 0, 80, and 400 milligram bile acids per kilogram of the diet. The 80 milligram bile acid added in that experiment because it was the recommended maximum amount of bile acid according to the experiment 1. In the experiment, the 3 treatments was replicated with 6 headers and 80 broilers per cage. In the experiment, we determined those evaluation parameters. The observations were taken at least twice a day during the experiment, from day 1 to day 42. And the growth performance, the average daily gain, average daily feeding time, and the ratio of feed to gain were also measured. As for the clinical blood parameters, their blood samples were collected on day 21 and day 42. And for the heart, liver, spleen, and other organs were weighed at the end of the experiment. The broilers was subjected to a full examination. Their tissue samples were collected. Table 6 shows ingredients and nutrient levels on vessel diet. While Table 7 shows growth performance of broilers with different levels of bile acids. The mortality of broilers was there was no difference among the three treatments. Throughout the experiment, no treatment-related adverse clinical signs were observed. As we can see from this table, that the broilers in 80 mg per kilogram bile acid treatment group had a higher body weight on day 42 and higher average day gain during day 22 to 42 and throughout the whole experiment. And the broilers in 80 mg per kilogram bile acid treatment group have a lower ratio of weight to gain. We can see that in the broilers in the 400 mg per kilogram bile acid treatment group that had a similar growth performance to the control. From this table, we can see that 80 mg per kilogram bile acid inclusion could improve growth performance, and 400 mg per kilogram bile acid inclusion couldn't do harm to the broiler health. Table 8 shows the methodology of broilers with diet, supplemented with different levels of bile acid. We can see the p-values that there was no difference among the three groups. Therefore, the high dosage bile acid, like 400 mg per kilogram bile acid, couldn't produce some harmful effects. As shown in Table 9, against development of the broilers with diet, supplemented with different levels of bile acids that their relative weight was similar to each other. There was no difference among the three treatments. This figure shows the histological observation of the liver, kidney, and small intestines. We can see from the figures that they both had, like the liver, they both had the similar structure. So we conclude that the use of high-dose bile acids as high as 5-fold of the recommended available dose could not induce any treatment-related change that were considered to be harmful to broilers. And dietary supplementation of 80 mg per kilogram bile acid could improve broiler chicken performance. Hearing from the durability evaluation that the safety factor of the recommended maximum amount of bile acid in broiler chicken is 5 times. So to sum up, bile acids are naturally safe and efficient active. Dietary supplementation with bile acids in diet can improve the growth performance and characteristics of broiler chicken, as well as improve the activity of intestinal enzymes. The recommended available range is 60 to 80 mg per kilogram bile acid. Bile acid lipase has been approved as Bile Acids for broilers in China, according to the notice, which was showing in that the right part. The notice number 2131 since 2014, and the recommended doses are 60 to 80 kilograms bile acids per kilogram diet, the same as our experiment. Here are our two articles, and if you are interested to that and you want to know the further information, you can look for the articles. Here are our contact details, and if you are interested, you can contact with us. Thank